Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the European crossover webinar. And we're seeing the indices come off a little bit here. If you look here on the S&Ps, we did reach the 161% and just barely grazed beyond that. And that is a fairly significant 161%. It actually is the May highs to the May lows. Now, there was a short little 161% that was in the June high, and then paired back, and it wasn't the lows, but the retracement that came in around, I think around 43.40 or something. But this one was more significant. As I mentioned, this was the May highs all the way down to the May lows. Okay, it was all the way down to the May. Yeah, it was all the way down to the May lows, and that comes in at 43.56. We just closed at just above that on Friday, just a hair, a little bit above it. And you can see we're kind of fading back here. If you take a look on the 2-hour chart, we're just holding here above 43.43. You can see here we got up to almost 43.65. And you can see decent amount, not a whole lot if you look at it from a percentage standpoint, but we are down 20 handles from that area. And at a key area here, 43.43. If you take a look at where we are with the Nasdaq, take a look at that. Same situation here, not quite. I mean, we didn't go to new all-time highs like we did with the S&Ps, but you can see we did go on a challenge up to really from the open, right up here at 14,840, and from since then we paired back. It's not a whole lot, but I'm just saying we're seeing the similar type of situation here that we saw with the S&Ps, critical, 2-hour level here. So just something to go on and keep an eye on. As far as economic data, very, very quiet. Looks like there was some German data that came out about an hour ago. But other than that, that is it. We don't have anything else here of any significance. Look like there's a French auction. That'll be later on. But even in the U.S. session, nothing out of any importance. There is a 10-year auction, but that'll be it. No economic data that I see here. Take a look at what we stand here with FX. Take a quick look there. If we look here with the cable, now this is the 6B, so this is going to be in the futures. And we can take a look here on the 2-hour chart. We did have if you can see here, we had a little bit of a, almost like a, what you would call it. It's not a shooting star, but I mean, because we're not way up here in the stratosphere. We can take a look real quick here. That was interesting there. Now this is more like almost like a gravestone doji. Look, we did see a good little fade from there. Key volume area is right there at 139 for the day so far. We pulled down to 138.73. A little bit of fade from that area. Looks like very large traders have been buying on this dip. Small traders have been short. And we'll take a look at the euro, how that stands. You're actually showing a little bit of a movement here. Take a look at the futures. Pretty good little move here in the euro. The 10-minute chart. Once again, also here on the 2-hour chart. Looks like key volume area right here comes in at what, about 1886, but that's on the futures. So right now the futures is trading at a 15 pip premium to the cash. So 15 pip premium to the cash. Cash is actually trading right now at 1876. Futures are trading 1891.5. And take a look at the Aussie dollar. Just a little bit, actually relatively quiet after that nice little return back or rebound that we saw on Friday. And dollar yen at 110 even. And that was a pretty good little slide that we had over that. Taking just a real quick glance where we stand with crude oil, we have gone and faded right from the get-go. We actually came into the 74.79, and we've been fading ever since the electronic opening on Sunday evening. Actually faded about almost $1 from those highs. And gold, we'll switch into that real quickly before we do the review. Actually, that's where we were at. Hold on a moment. You can see here gold is actually still being restrained here from the 1818 area here, which is going to be that VWAP off of the March lows. You can see here. And let's go on and jump back into that. I thought we were in the other screen. Let's see what I'm referencing here. And I'm sharing with the euro. We've come off these lows here, and I'd mentioned here with the cable. We actually had a take a look at that here. Actually had formed at least a little bit of a take a look at the 2-hour chart. Almost like a little bit of a gravestone doji. We've actually since been fading here, and here's on the cable, as I mentioned. And the euro right here. That's 60 the futures, and as I mentioned here, the futures are trading at about a 15 pip premium to the cash. So we're trading actually at 18.93. We've been seeing a nice little move back in here with the euro. With that, we're just going to get started with the analysis. So the euro closed out the prior week on a rebound, and you can certainly see that right here, Thursday and Friday, and we're kind of pushing a little bit further here. On a rebound, after finding support at sub 118, resistance will be 1901 followed by 1939. So look at 1901. And support will be 1824 if we do get that pullback. But as I mentioned, we got that little bit of a rebound, which started on, we actually found the support on Wednesday. If you remember back then, although we did exceed that, that was at 1792. We're looking for in case we got down on NP day. We didn't. And then, but we did come back down the prior week. You can see right here, here's that dip down here. And we did come down here, test it, found support. And then Thursday we got a rebound. Friday we added on to that. We're still on the firm side here. Moving on to the cable. So cable posted a reversal on Friday. So we see that right here. closing above 38.78, opening a potential challenge to the resistance of 39.36. We did poke our heads above 39, double kind of pairing back, and actually that opened up right there on those highs, and initially this push was right up there rather quickly up here, and then since then we've been kind of fading here. Resistance beyond will be 39.84. We supported 38.39. So support we're going to have is 38.39 today. And resistance is going to be 39.36. And as I mentioned, you can see here we're kind of paired back. Actually, we're looking at the euro there, but the 60, the euro futures. But here's the cable futures, and you can see that we got that dip back. Find a little bit of support at that 38.70. Pretty good little volume though. Look at that. They're trading that cable quite a bit. That is solid volume, folks. Wow. I didn't realize, and let's take a look at the euro. I don't know why this thing is pushed so far. I think we have to just... Pretty good little volume there. Look at that. Almost trading as much as a euro. Look at that. Of course, it's not the same size contract. It's not half the contract. It's a little bit more than half, but holy smokes, it's a pretty good volume. I didn't realize that. That is really interesting. This cable might be something else to trade. Put this here with 30 minutes. Anyway, let's go and move into the Aussie dollar. So the Aussie found support at the end of the week, defending the weekly level of 74.27. Here's that key weekly level. Resistance to start the week will be 75.31, followed by 75.64. Support will be 74.52. And resistance 75.31. And let's go move in now to the dollar yen. So the dollar yen rebounded on Friday after shedding 150 pips over the course of the prior week. Resistance to start the week comes in at 10.52 with support at 9.75. And on to the cash dollar index. So the cash dollar index retreated from the 92.83 area as interest rates fell following a solid rally from 3 weeks prior. Support to start the week will come in at 91.66 with resistance at 92.53. Still remains bullish. And with that, we'll move into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin continues to meander over the last 2 weeks in a $4,000 trading range. Support is going to be 31,642 with a break opening stops below 30,000. Resistance will be 34,200 followed by 36,000. So we are above the 34,200, so we'll go with the 36,000. And on the downside, 31,642. And with that, we're going to move into the S&Ps. Get a little bit of quick bounce. Look at that. Get a little solid bounce of what about nearly 10 handles. So the S&P closed above 43.56, which is at 161%. I was referring to. That's off of the May highs all the way down to the May lows. Resistance to market will be 43.88. Support will be 43.43, which we just got. followed by 43.27. So we just found that support at 43.44, and we just saw a solid bounce off of that. And for right now, and we had closed just above that actually. So resistance, we'll just go to, it's been shooting higher. Maybe it kind of starts to tire, but for right now it's just going to be keep on going, because it just keeps on going until it proves that it can't keep on going. So 43.88. We're going to move into the Nasdaq. Well, the Nasdaq we same thing. We were pushing pretty high. 14.918 is 161%. Maybe they're going to make that stretch. So there we go, 14.918. Until it proves it can't get there. We are acting a little bit tired up here at the 2-hour. When you look at the 2-hour chart, 14.840 initially ran up there. Maybe they're going to try and blow some stops or whatever. Hang on, let's see here. Let's call it 14.858. Here we go. And support. Right there, 14.762. Next will be 14.710. Just leave it up there, 762. And now let's go and move into the gold market. Gold spent the prior week trading between 1795, you can see that right down here, 1795 and 1818. Gold's resistance remains the VWAP, volume weighted average price, off of the March lows at 1818, with support at 1796. And once again, you can see the VWAP off of those March lows. It actually goes a little bit further. It's going to extend that out. So you can see here, right then, that March 30 low, and you can see here that it continues to sit there, and it continues to cap this market here. So it's 1818 for the resistance, 1796 for the support. If we get a two, and it says the shiny metal needs a daily close above 1824 to open a challenge to 1873. So once again, 1796, 1818, no change here. And it's actually no longer bearish, but well, I mean, overall you could say that, but it's been trading kind of like a bit of a neutral range. So we'll call it a range. There we go, right there. No changes. And with that, we're going in, move into crude oil market. Crude rallied strongly to close the week following a $6 sell-off. Initial resistance will be 74.79, which is exactly where they've run out of gas. It's actually over $1 lower now. Followed by 75.47, but we did run out of gas right there at 74.79. There's our thing. Initial resistance will be 74.79, followed by 75.47. Support will be 74.10, followed by 73.59. There we go. I'm going to take a little bit closer look at crude. See how we stand here. Let's take a look on the profile. Now we will be probably rolling over tomorrow to the September or our next couple of days. I think the open interest is actually greater at this point in September. But we're on crude on August right now. They're still fading here, 73.88. So look at this 73.74, which was a midpoint on Friday. Probably going to be our initial reaction there. And let's I like that midpoint right there. 73.45. And this is, let's go with RTH. The RTH high was 73.28. That's a pretty good chunk of a sell-off. If we just go with full session, $73.74 with the point of control from a few days ago, 73.43. If you look on here, look at this area. You've got a point of control right there from July the 7th, right there at 73.41. You've got the high from the following day, July the 8th, at 73.28. And then the point of control from Friday at 73.24. So it looks like we could see a pretty good little sell-off that takes us down to about 73.25. So let's go with this. 73. Let's just go with that, just in case they do see a pretty good little sell-off. You know what they have opportunity to go to. Let me try and get down there. So there's the bias chart for today. And we'll get that posted in the room. And thanks for joining us here on the European Crossover webinar.